Happy New Year, YouTube. It's your boy, D Titta. I took a little holiday break, but I'm back in black, and today I want to talk to you guys on a more personal level. It's going to get hot, it's going to get steamy, but we're going to become closer in the end, I promise. The subject today is my thoughts on next-gen gaming so far and what's exciting to me about the year to come. Quick disclaimer, I have yet to lay my hands on an Xbone, so first and foremost, no homo. Second, all the experiences I'll be talking about are either on the PlayStation 4 or PC. I do plan to get an Xbox One. I enjoyed my 360 a lot. I just felt like Sony had a better product this year and were a little more eager to please, and I'm always down for being pleasured. 2013 was undoubtedly a huge year for gaming. I mean, the 360 and PS3 were pushed to their limits, no doubt, and they did need to be replaced, but damn did they go out in a blaze of glory. We got BioShock Infinity, The Last of Us, Grand Theft Auto 5, hell, we even got a Devil May Cry reboot, which I don't care what anyone says was awesome. I mean, that soundtrack though. All this is to say to the few weirdos out there who keep saying next gen came too soon that you're wrong. We had 8 years of awesome games, the hardware reached its full and maximum potential, and it died a good and honorable death. You have to deal with it. You have to come to terms with your loss. Acceptance is always the first step to healing. And you do want to heal, don't you? I was in peace with last gen's impending doom when I saw Battlefield 3 on max settings. I thought the game was hideous on console after that, and I was sure it was time to move onwards and upwards. And that's what we've done with the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Moved onwards and upwards. We've definitely closed the gap between us and the PC players. We're not neck and neck. That's probably never going to happen, but we're on your asses now, guys. We're on your asses, you PC elitists. As awesome as these new consoles are, they're definitely a mixed bag of happies and sads for myself and other gamers. I mean, we got the new shinies, you know, particles and graphics, and we have these awesome multitasking abilities, plus game DVR. If you make somebody look like a scrub, you embarrass your friends, they can't even lie about it anymore. Now you can post their shame all over Twitter and Facebook with just a press of a button. Granted, you have a decent connection, which we should. I mean, it is 2014, people. If you don't have broadband by now, you should probably move. We also got some pretty decent launch titles. They weren't the best, they certainly weren't the worst. Anybody still bitching about them, I dare you to get on your PC and Google the launch titles for the Xbox 360 and PS3, and then come back and tell me that we got the short end of the stick. Because even with nostalgia doing that thing where it turns your brain to mush, you can't look at that list and say it was a slam dunk. With all the good stuff listed, we have some great potential for some amazing gameage in the coming years. Usually when you buy a new console, you are investing in the future. It's not necessarily going to pay dividends immediately, but as the hardware develops, we're going to see some awesome stuff. That thought segues perfectly into the sads though. What we have is a bunch of promises and a bunch of potential, but not much was delivered when it came November 11th. When you consider the things that Sony was promising on the campaign trail and the actual system we got, what we got was pretty stark. You can't organize your games into folders. You can't organize your friends. I can't even see when my friends come online. There's not even an indicator for that. There's a bunch of issues with these consoles, and it seems like all we have is all these features that were coming. And if you remember, PlayStation was promising anything under the sun. You know, are you going to remove HDCP? Absolutely. Can we start posting to YouTube? Yeah, we're looking into it. No matter what you ask them, whatever question you ask them, even no matter how far-fetched, they seem to be promising to look into it and to get back to us. Don't get me wrong, I love that the systems are pliable and are going to grow over time. What I don't love is being told a bunch of different things and not knowing which of those things to believe or when we're ever going to see any of the things you're promising. My other problem is the general sense of release it now and finish it whenever in the video game industry as a whole. Publishers and developers don't seem to have any honor when it comes to putting a title out there that's just completely not done. Take Battlefield 4 for instance. You may have noticed it's heavily featured on this channel. I love the game. I've always loved Battlefield from the beginning. But how is it acceptable for him to release the game in the state that it's in right now and the state that it was in when it first came out? Not only was it full of bugs, but you really couldn't play it in the first week. Online was not working. Single player saves were being corrupted pretty much all the time. There was no way to even get close to finishing a single player campaign. That bugs were expected. Not being able to play a game I paid $60 for in any form for close to a week wasn't expected. Call me entitled, but I like a little product with my product. I'm strange that way. Now the problem is that these companies obviously are in business to be in business. Everyone knows this. It's not a foreign concept. But in the mad dash for profits, they're putting into place some business practices that are more than questionable and that wouldn't be accepted anywhere else. When's the last time you've gone down to the clothing store, come home with a pair of jeans, and then found out that the seamstress will come out a week or two later and finish the sewing on the jeans, but for now they're unwearable? It seems to me like the nickel and diming, the DLC whoring is really getting out of control. For instance, if I asked you to try out a game where you created a new character, but the character couldn't be customized or upgraded without either buying the in-game currency or grinding it out. Now, grinding it out takes longer, it's boring, but it's free. You would assume that I'm talking about a free-to-play game, but I'm not. I'm talking about 2K14, NBA 2K14, a $60 game that is released yearly, is using, to me, what looks exactly like a free-to-play game model, where everything is locked down behind this virtual currency, or VC as they like to call it in the game. Yes, you can earn VC by playing, but it's a grind most of the time, and a lot of times your character is very underpowered. It's not a lot of fun to play with a character that's very bad in that game. Now, this sort of nonsense is becoming the norm, and I have to ask, when is enough going to be enough? When's the last time you went down to the shop with your $60 in person and picked up a game and got everything the game entailed, with no loss of DLC because you didn't pre-order, or skins or some such nonsense? When is the last time you got home with a new title that just launched and had multiplayer up and running? Now, when's the last time GameStop let you pay by promising to come back with money? This is the inequality with this relationship. There's nobody protecting us right now. When you even review sites that are supposed to post honest reviews about these games, I don't recall them saying that Battlefield wasn't working the entire first week it was out. They seem to review the game as if it was working normally when you couldn't play it in any manner for that first week. The same with 2K14. Nobody seems to be really mentioning the problems with this virtual currency and how the game uses a free-to-play model when it's a game that's yearly release and it's $60 to purchase. My big concern is that this is becoming the rule and not the exception for games. Now, I guess time will tell for next gen gaming. I mean, we did win a big battle with DRM and getting Xbox One to back down on some of their policies, so maybe we can do the same with DLC in the coming future when people finally get tired of getting, nailed every time that they go out to buy a game. Time will tell. I'm going to go ahead and end my rant there. I'm sorry you had to see me go to my dark place. These are just some of my thoughts on what gaming is looking like lately. But I don't want anybody to get me wrong. This is going to be an amazing year for games, people. We have some awesome concepts. We have some new things being done that I've never seen. It's just amazing. We got Titanfall, which giant robots. I mean, do I need to say more? We got Destiny, which is a full MMO on the consoles. And no matter what I hear about the game from previews, the map seems amazingly huge and it's like an MMO Borderlands, which, is that a bad thing? Well, I can't imagine that being a bad thing. Star Citizen on the PC is proposing an entire damn universe to explore in your own spaceship, your own customizable spaceship. Yes, give me that. This is the year of potential, of growth. We're going to see some amazing things. Gaming as a whole is going to move forward. I just hope that we can do it in the right direction and in a direction that is fair for both consumers and for developers, because they deserve to be paid for their hard work, but we also deserve to get solid finished products. What's that you say? You wish someone was around to cover all these great games as they came out? Well, look no further. In the coming months, in the coming year, I'm going to be covering pretty much everything that comes out with walkthroughs, reviews. There's going to be at least a video for each and every game that comes out that I can get my hands on. So keep it locked right here on Deluxe Gaming. If you like the video, post a picture of your mom, or click the like button. If you got something to say, son, leave a comment. If you don't have something to say, still leave a comment. If you want to see more from me, which why wouldn't you want to see more from me, hit the subscribe button. It's somewhere on this page. It's red. It says subscribe. I may even put an annotation in the video itself. As always, I want to thank you for watching the video. This is your boy, or the guy that wants to be your boy, Lux, saying peace out.